With this being the first FA Cup final since his passing, it would be greatly remiss of me not to make a nod to the memory of John Knotson. For more than one generation, he was the voice of this great day. He covered 29 of them. And Salford born, he would have been in his element for this. The first ever to be contested by the two giants of Manchester football. That in itself has surprised many. And looking back over the history of the FA Cup final, how has it taken this long for City and United to face off in the end game? There have been Midlands, Merseyside and London derbies, but today, this is Manchester. The atmosphere is absolutely terrific inside Wembley Stadium. Well played, the Football Association, they always put on a good show. Pre-match has been entertaining enough. What can these two teams of all talents give us to enjoy over the next couple of hours? The Prince of Wales leads the walkout of the official guests to meet the teams. He's accompanied by Debbie Hewitt, MBE, who is the chair of the FA, Sir Tim Clark, KBE, who's the president of sponsors Emirates Airlines, and Neil Borser, who's the chair of the FA Challenge Cup Committee. How wonderful it is that we have a future king who loves his football. One year it will be his Aston Villa's turn again. It's the 190th Manchester derby. First met each other competitively in 1891, but 10 years prior to that, Newton Heath, Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway beat St Mark's West Gorton 3-0. That was the first time that these two teams, as they came to be, actually went head-to-head. The Ashton reporter described it as a pleasant match. And now, sung by Jasmine Faulkner, we stand and observe the national anthem. Time for the two sets of players to get reacquainted. They know each other very well indeed. Let's take one last look at the team lineups today, starting with Manchester City, who have their cup keeper in goal, Stefan Ortega. Ederson's on the bench. It's then the hybrid model at the back, a 3 or a 4 when needed, with John Stones the mover and shaker. Kevin De Bruyne and Jack Grealish were talked of as injury doubts, but are fit to play. And it's Erling Haaland at the top. 52 goals this season, but only one in his last 6 games. Nobody involved today has played in more Manchester derbies than David De Gea. This is his 28th. It's a Rafa Varane and Victor Lindelof centre-back pairing. Lindelof's 12th start in a row. Fred may have played his way in with a fine display against Fulham last weekend. And his inclusion gives Bruno Fernandes a little more licence to influence attacking play. With Marcus Rashford leading the way, he scored the winner when these two last met in January. Jermaine is alongside me. He is facing the pitch and ready for what could be an absolute cracker of a cup final.
Well, what an occasion, Guy. How fortunate are we to be here, to witness history, 2 Manchester teams going at it in the FA Cup final. One team that we've watched all season long just shows pure brilliance, and they're the champions of England as it stands right now, and their opposition, the team that is trying to stop that treble that man there is trying to get.
It's only been done once before, and it was Manchester United who did it in 1999. Steve McLaren sitting to the left-hand side of Erik ten Hag there. A reminder of that, as of now, unique achievement. And amidst all the talk of trebles, it's worth pointing out that both teams are chasing a double today. City, the established one of League and Cup. United, both domestic cups, having beaten Newcastle here at the end of February to take the Carabao Cup to Old Trafford. It is going to be Manchester City who have the first kick of the ball. Captain Ilkay Gundogan will have that honour. The honour of refereeing the game goes to Paul Tierney. And on his whistle, we are underway for the 142nd FA Cup final, the first to be played in the month of June. The blue against the red of Manchester. And there's a good try. Oh, incredible! Ilkay Gundogan! Right from the start. The Manchester City captain has sparked the FA Cup final into life already.
Well, it's a team that we're so used to seeing play out from the back in such a beautiful way, but direct from the kickoff. They go to Ortega, they go long into Erling Haaland, and that is just a moment of brilliance from the City captain. The technique, the quality. He stepped up again at the back end of the season, scoring goal after goal for Manchester City. But what a goal that is.
It's the fastest that's ever been scored in an FA Cup final. 13 seconds it's been clocked at. The previous best was Louis Zaha when he scored for Everton against Chelsea after 25 seconds in 2009. We've had a record, and it's come from a team who might break them all.
Well, when you're having conversations about this game between friends, what needs to happen, how it needs to happen, you know, one of the big things that comes to mind is don't concede early against this City side, especially if you're a Manchester United team that is going to play a more counter-attacking style of football, because you know the types of gaps it's going to open up. Couldn't have been a worse start for United, but unbelievable from City.
Casemiro got to grips with Haaland pretty well there as it rolls back to Ortega. He's hoisted it high, hoping that Grealish can do something with it. He was attended to very quickly. by Rafa Varane. Here's Haaland. It's Norway against Sweden there. Lindelof bumping and barging into him.
Yeah, already got the ball into Erling Haaland on a couple of occasions. He's won his first header. He's got the ball into him there twice, once against Varane, once against Lindelof. Held them off. Really good start from their main man up top.
De Bruyne turns Fred. He's trying to hold on, but he can't. And that's just run too far away from Bernardo Silva, but it will be a City free kick. De Bruyne was subsequently fouled, and it was Luke Shaw.
Yeah, it was just a little bit too much quality over Fred down this left-hand side of Manchester United, right-hand side for City. Just rolled him down the line. They're to come into this game, the fans already nervous. They're not going to be feeling any better now, those Manchester United fans.
Haaland waits. And Kevin De Bruyne delivers. And that's headed goalwards and only just wide. De Gea was absolutely motionless. Planted past the post by Rodri.
Well, he's had 2 attempts on his goal, De Gea. And both times he's just stuck his arms out like, what do you want me to do? The delivery's got pace on it. It's a good header. It's bending towards that near post. Just nearly gets it absolutely spot on, Rodri.
Pep Guardiola's Blues are on it.
They are, you know, and it's interesting because you go up against City, they've got the ball from kick-off, and initially you think, you know what, they're going to pop it round the back, they're going to keep it. No, they went directly long, straight to Haaland, knock down, get the bits and pieces. I mean, you can't legislate for that. That's just world class.
John Stones moving into midfield. Here's Kyle Walker. Gundogan once scored in a Manchester derby by finishing off a 44 passing move. Don't think we had 4 passes before that one today. De Bruyne and Stones. Bernardo Silva on hand. De Bruyne puts it in, but straight onto the head of Lindelof. Fred tries to win it, and it didn't stick with him very long.
I think that's the really interesting thing about this Stones hybrid role is you don't expect him to pop up there, making runs in behind the defensive line. In front of the back 4, yes, but it's so hard to control from a Manchester United point of view because he's almost a free role once he gets in there, just to play the extra man.
Here's Grealish. He's lining up the shot, but he's not caught it properly. Scuffed and dragged. Nothing scuffed or dragged about that from İlkay Gundogan. That was perfection. Casemiro called for calm. Anything but in the blue end.
Yeah, that's exactly what they need right now, though. Obviously not the start they'd have dreamt of when they was in bed last night, but they've got to get themselves together. They've got to regroup, stick to the plan.
Part of the treble-winning team of 1999. Can't influence trying to stop City winning the treble this time. Nor can he. Avram Glazer sitting next to Sir Alex Ferguson. I don't suppose that will particularly please many who wear red and white today either. Nice comfortable gather at his leisure for Stefan Ortega. This is his Manchester derby debut. He's played all 6 games in the FA Cup this season. In fact, he hasn't conceded a goal yet.
That's why he's starting today, guy. I think everybody expected Edison, but his manager believes in him, knows what he's capable of. Bouncing away from Eriksson.
Rodri finds Bernardo Silva. It's an awkward one. And there's Haaland. Won by Eriksen. Fred. It was a nice touch, trying to play some sort of positive drive. Bruno Fernandes brings in Jadon Sancho. United playing their first football of the afternoon. Driven by Casemiro, but blocked. Bruno Fernandes. Wan-Bissaka. Somewhere in the direction of Bruno Fernandes. Who did it come off? Paul Tierney, the referee, has given that as a foul against the Manchester United captain anyway.
Yeah, it's a clear push in the back from Bruno Fernandes as this ball gets played in by Casemiro, but nice little part in the game there for Manchester United. Settle down, get a few passes together, a few rushed moments from Casemiro, the shot and the cross there, but you can see that they want to press high. They don't want City to have this ball and dictate in the tempo of this game, but you know, the issue you have when you press high is that ball into Haaland is always on, and then it's who gets that second ball. Who can, you know, when this ball goes into Haaland, De Bruyne is going to spin, Gundogan's going to spin, try and get on that second ball. But it's brave from United initially to want to press so high up.
Ruben Dias plays the ball to Manuel Akanji. Just mentioning the fact that Ortega hasn't conceded a goal in the Cup this season. City the first team to reach the final without conceding since Everton in 1966. The Cup has only been twice